MG ShoresBoy was born on Ashley Shores in the year 2000 when Ashley Shores was at the peak in violent crimes and poverty. Ashley Shores was literally built on top of a swamp that used to be an irrigation system during slavery times to help the crops grow. The clock had just struck 8 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun was beginning to go down, and Lil MG would be playing in the tiny backyard while the Ashley Shores OGs were posted outside the gate in the alleyway. Little D and Evil had just finished counting up the money they made that day as 3-year-old Lil MG watched closely. The duo would then go stand inside the alleyway right outside the gate where Lil MG played. Before you knew it, someone walked up on Lil D and Evil and shots would ring out. Lil D and Evil would be struck multiple times, dying on the scene. Lil MG would witness the whole thing, but he was a little too young to understand what just had happened. Lil MG would always witness the treachery that Ashley Shores had to offer, being that Lil MG never played at the park and only in his backyard. He would always see the older guys handling street business. By the age of 4, Lil MG would watch his 14-year-old uncle hide the glizzy. He would double back and grab the glizzy and point it at his uncle's daughter, which is his cousin. If his grandma hadn't walked in the house, his cousin would be a goner. His uncle hadn't learned from the first incident when Lil MG found the glizzy again at the age of 6, but this time he shot it, putting a hole inside his grandma's floor, only inches away from his little brother. By the ages of 7, Lil MG would go on his first thing with the older guys, kicking in doors around the Ashley Shores neighborhood. By the age of 8, Lil MG would begin freestyling at the block parties on Ashley Shores. This is where he met his big homie Mike, aka Marlo. Marlo was one of the wildest young jits in the projects. He stayed fresh and most people thought he was a pretty boy, but Marlo was a straight savage. On multiple occasions, Lil MG would witness Marlo get into broad day rockouts, even going as far as to jump over gates to chase his targets. All the young guys between the ages 8 and 12 looked up to Marlo because he was closest to their age, being that he was only 14. At age 11, Lil MG and Marlo would stick up this guy in the alleyway, running off with his riches while laughing. Before you knew it, Marlo would lose his life when him and his father got into an altercation over a car. This was around the same time Ashley Shores would be tore down. That's how Lil MG got his name. MG for Marlo Gang and ShoresBoy from Ashley Shores. One night, Lil MG's uncle would be drilled in his sleep. His name was Cream, and throughout the Charleston City streets, Cream was known to step on folks. So many people feared him, they had to take him out while he was asleep. Now, at this time, Lil MG would be off the porch and in the streets like a light post. Lil MG would begin to finesse cars, and every other day, he had a new Stolo with a new Glizzy 30. Years would fly past, and Lil MG would notice that most of his schoolmates would begin to go to prison or find an early grave. He would begin to start back rapping. By the beginning of 2019, the worst year that Charleston has ever seen, Lil MG would drop his first visual and it hit 10K in the first 24 hours. From then on, Lil MG ShoresBoy would demand his respect on the Charleston rap scene. 1 month later, he would drop Poking, and that visual got over 11K views. Visuals like Shooting Stars got 15K views by June 2019. By 2020, Lil MG would drop the visual 2020, hitting 35K views. This is where Lil MG started being more deadly in the studio. He would drop multiple visuals that got over 15K views on YouTube. He would drop this visual called Marlo Mode, and that got 22K views on YouTube. Soon after, he would drop No Politic, and that got over 40K views. Now, my favorite song is that visual called Off Caucasian, which got 10K views, and I feel like that's the definition and the vibe of a Charleston 2000 baby.